So this is where we build bodies back, we build strength. We've got a clean foundation from the clean phase, and now we can restore confidence, restore power.
We want pure biomechanics, pure movement. We want to feel what we're doing. We want to understand how we're moving.
Feels so good to be able to move well and feel yourself improving too. So sprinting, lifting heavy, jumping high, it's the best. And taking the shoes off, barefoot. A lot of people in gyms get injured or ruin their biomechanics because they do abuse this lifting. So they'll lift 5 days a week, they'll break the body down into chest and back, things like that. What we do here is basically, it's the whole body. It's a holistic system. So a deadlift and a squat where the whole body is getting engaged. So with our lifting, we train a deadlift and a squat. So it's a staple part of our weeks. When we get to the top two, I make sure my hips are in extension, so my glutes are on. But I don't need to go into hyperextension like this, okay? So a lot of the times when you're rehabbing people that have been in pain, it's about restoring confidence, having the ability to go down and pick up kids with no trepidation, picking up shopping bags. It's about restoring confidence and empowering that person to spend hours in the garden and not have to worry about their back giving them trouble. It's really important to get the whole body working as one unit. So when performing this deadlift at lighter loads, we're training the body to work together, okay? So we have a certain set of cues and measures to ensure that we're finding the right positions, we're finding the right angles, and everything is connecting in a way that it's some sort of efficiency of power and strength.
With a squat, it's kind of like similar kind of in the principles to the deadlift, like hip hinging, things like that. But what I originally thought about this one was I was picking up big shit out in the backyard, like this was 20 years ago, like car engines and stuff like that, and I was trying to work out how to do it, and then kind of looking at Asian squats, African squats, things like that as well.
The back squat is medicine. Every joint in our body is getting a compressive load that's going through it, and it's cleansing our fascia, our muscles, tendons and ligaments. It's healing stuff. So these two lifts, the deadlift and the squat, are something that we want these guys to religiously practice once a week for the rest of their lives.
Like when you go on to do stuff in life, you'll kind of go, instead of just doing this, you go, oh fuck, good, yeah, push it back, or just, all those kind of little lunges and stuff you do, you kind of switch your body on and just cut down the chances of hurting yourself.
So we've got these pivot bars here. These are an awesome way that we can do kind of three-dimensional movement. We can do our strength work, but in all planes of motion. So down, knees come forward, got to get the torso upright, and then up, and press.
Movements in the gym, they can be like cleaning effect as well, because they really load up the joints, kind of does a lubricating and oiling effect in a way.
We're restoring good patterns and our nervous system gets boosted as well. Down, and then come out of that hole and press the arms up. And press up and down.
We want to create really good pathways through our body, and then we start to realize when we're not engaged properly, we're not concentrating, we're not using our body in the right manner. We want to have that relationship with our body so that we know when we're in good solid positions to execute a movement.
My left arm comes up to my left shoulder, hit that corner, and then press, and then back down here. You've done it intentfully. Because if you just do this, you've lost that tension in your body. So you want to feel like you've got tension here, bang, finish it off, okay?
Man, that's it. Look at this, brother. And smash it. Yes. Step back a little bit.
Yeah. In addition to the lifting, it's really important to restore three-dimensional movement, so to be really functional, okay? And this is where we find our pure biomechanics. Find these positions at the start, because that's what really engages that glute eccentrically. And as I start to come in there, then I start to bring that left leg forward, then I start to rotate my rib cage, my right arm comes up, and then bang, like that glute's just locked and loaded there, okay? That's awesome.
Can you make sure that pops up?
Hold it. Balance. Good. So we use an array of equipment in our gym, and these help us to build strength in all planes of motion.
We want the guys to be able to do the primal movements, lift heavy stuff, move it around. In today's lifestyle, we don't do the practical things that we would have done in the past. We don't dig holes, we don't chop wood, don't jump up on things, don't climb on things. We don't have those practical skills anymore. And those things really nourished our bodies in the past. So what we try to do is use dead balls and kettlebells to replicate these movements that we would have done in the past and restore that movement back.
We jump, we swing, we move side to side, we rotate. All these different movements help us to become really good at what humans do most, which is generally walking and sprinting. Sprinting is the best part of our week, isn't it, Ninj? Friday afternoons together. There's been so many times that we finish a sprint session and we just sit there and talk for half an hour about how good life is, how good it is to move well. It's the best, isn't it?
The body wasn't designed to be at a desk all day. It wasn't designed to be on the couch. It wasn't designed to sit. All those stresses that we endure, we've got ways that we can really get that out.
Back foot's not flat on the ground. It's just like we want an impulse force from it. We don't want to go backwards then go forward. So we want to run off this front foot. So impulse force here, but a real long force on this front foot. Okay, so it's head down. That's another really important point. Get your chin on your chest to exaggerate your head down. As soon as you're up here, you can't accelerate hard. So it's like pushing. If you're going to push something heavy, you've got to be in this position here. And you're going to climb a ladder. So we want to have our arm here, head down, pull that arm back and get your feet into the ground.
Sprinting really cleans your body, really opens up everything. All your joints get loaded in a really particular way. You can't replicate it in the gym.
Our sessions are broken down into 3 different categories. So we work on acceleration, so really short sprints over 12.5 meters, 25, 37.5 and 50. We also do some work on top speed, and at the end we always finish with some speed endurance stuff, which is more like the gases, so things that really leave you gasping. All the 3-dimensional movement that we're trying to do in the gym to make ourselves more functional, sprinting does it all. Your ribs are moving, every joint's moving. It's lubrication for the whole body, isn't it? The areas that are tight, they become stretched. The areas that are weak, they strengthen up.
It's the ultimate experience when you can just run flat out with pure confidence.
exercise is awesome, but it's about training with others. That's where the true magic is, okay? Celebrating in others' personal bests.
Find a healthier way to socialize. What legacy do you want to leave?
All right, and now rest again. You don't need to move too much. So a lot of people that are injured and in pain, they can do these exercises because it's just stationary. That's 30, catch hand sides.
Bodyweight isometrics are an awesome way that we can connect the dots in our body. So this stuff is corrective exercise that's going to improve our bigger movements like lifting and sprinting.
And make sure it's your glute that's raising your leg back. Don't just raise back with your back or your hamstring. Make sure it's the glute. One, change sides, have a bit of a breather. Oh. And change over. So right side into the ground now, left side up, make sure it's the glute.
So you come in, you have a problem, we clean out those blocks, we take you to the gym, we build you back up, and once you're ready, you can transition into that lift club and sprint club environment, which hopefully you stay in forever. We love training in groups. Lift club and sprint club has been a massive part of who MMT is and how we all keep fit together. Group training is a massive part of what MMT is and how we all keep fit together and keep each other accountable. So we love high intensity circuits where we can work to time and really gas ourselves whilst also training functionally.
It's nearly impossible trying to do this stuff by yourself. So it's the group, that energy that really gets you across the line.
We've gone so far away from what our bodies are designed to do. So what we do at MMT in the gym and with sprinting, it's all geared around getting back to being as functional as possible.
What we love here is community. So exercise is great, but that's not what it's all about. There's also connection with each other.
We've only got one living experience. Why not move well? Why not feel energized? Why not be inspired and inspire others too?